Hi everyone, today I'll share how I pack, organize, and interact when I travel, and I tell you about my recent trip to Houston. I traveled to a city called LaPorte and other memorable moments and adventures that I did there. Okay, first of all, the road to Houston. I traveled from Reynosa to Houston, and it was a 8-hour drive. Surprisingly, it wasn't as tedious as it sounds. The highway in the US are incredibly straight and and they feel very safe. The truck stops and petrol station, the gas stations, are very big and fascinating to see because they're super comfortable and they are very special because the food there and the options that you can see on these stations are very they have a lot of variety and also clean restrooms. My favorite stop definitely was Buc-ee's. It's massive gas station that sells absolutely everything, and it felt more like a mini mall than a pit stop. So, did I pack light or heavy? When I went to Houston in my first week of January, I didn't travel light at all. I loaded my suitcase with countless of outfits and then stashed my laptop, my switch, my charger, and other electronics in a separate backpack. I first used my suitcase for my clothes and everything, and then my backpack to my electronic laptop and everything electronic related. And when I was double checking the weather forecast in Houston and LaPorte, I was stuffing extra layers and rain gear, my rain shoes, yeah, rain shoes, into my bag. Also, I didn't know that in my trip it's gonna be so cold, so I had to go to the local Ross, which is like a dress for less store, and buy a comfy pair of pants to sleep warm because it was very, very cold. So how do I organize before the trip? When I prepare for a journey, I start by checking if we'll be hot or cold or rainy. Then I pack the essential layers accordingly. For shoes, I just bring a handful, even to be practical, but not excessive, like only 2 pairs and my checklist. Talking to strangers. I used to force myself to speak English constantly, but now I only attempt it when I feel confident, because some of the locals talk very fast on English, so I took a lot of time to process. When I was strolling through the coffee shop in Laporte and the ice cream shop, I tried to chat with the worker there, and it was surprisingly very good, satisfactory, rewarding. And also when I went to an In-N-Out, which is a burger joint, I used my English knowledge to confidently order a burger, and it did feel great, and I could clearly understand the guy on the counter. Avoiding unwanted chats to steer clear of uncomfortable small talk. I often sleep on my noise cancelling headphones. Not these ones, but some ones that are smaller. When someone tries to start a conversation, because I'm listening to some music and I didn't hear him, or I just made that I don't understand your language or something. So best travel experience, like I was telling, when I visited Laporte, which is a city nearby Houston. I visited my sister and her husband, and some of the places we went were like NASA, the NASA tourist section, the restaurant Bubba Gump Shrimp and Co, and an old downtown near the beach, which had a lot of local markets and very old-fashioned places. They were unforgettable places. And some of the worst travel experience was when I traveled to Guadalajara and realized it was almost midnight and we didn't have any hotel reservations. We drove around for hours searching for places to stay, and we were completely exhausted. It was downright exhausting, but eventually we found a small inn and we made it through the night. I can also talk about that when my Houston me and my trip to Houston ended. On my way back to Monterrey, I flew alone, and it was my very first time on a plane. And honestly, I hate amusement park rides, so the moment makes me feel horrible, and the takeoff feel of the plane take felt pretty similar. Luckily, the sensation didn't last long. I was nervous about flying alone, but I think I handled very well for my first time. Normally, I always travel with family, so being with my mom felt very different. I had to speak up with marine people, like security officers at the airport, and someone with a little bit of autism. That kind of social pressure always makes me nervous, but I face it because the situation demanded. And it doesn't stop me from speaking with strangers, but it definitely makes it more challenging. Okay, thanks for everyone for watching some of my trips that I made, and stay safe in your travels. Thank you.